Hello, good morning, students. So let us start from the end of the last class where we were finding the focal length of a spherical mirror. So in the figure we have shown a concave mirror and the center of the mirror is pole, right? There is a point focus F such that it is a property of the concave mirror or convex mirror. We say that a line which is parallel to the principal axis after incident from the mirror, it passes through the principal axis at the point that is called focal length, right? This point is called focus and the length from P to F is called focal length, right? So what I said, a line which is parallel to the principal axis after incident at the mirror, it get reflected. On the reflection, it is passing through the principal axis at the point, that point is called the focus, and the distance from pole of the mirror to the focus is called focal length. So PF is what? Focal length of the mirror, right? And we need to find the distance of the focus from the pole, right? This is small f we need to find out, correct? So what we do is we draw a point that should be the center of curvature of the mirror, center of the curvature. So what you say, PC, the distance PC will be radius of curvature R. And why we are finding the C here? Because we want our normal at the incidence point. So the method to draw the normal is you draw a point through any point on the mirror and center. This will be your normal, and what will happen is this, if this angle is incidence angle, this angle is reflected angle, and both will be equal, so I just give a name theta. Both will be equal, so I just give a name theta, right? So basically what we get is we got a diagram like this. I will make a separate diagram. This diagram like this, slightly more, this one, correct? This distance is, this point is C, this is F, and this is any point on the mirror. Let us say this is A, and CF is what? If you draw a perpendicular here, so this angle is theta, and see this angle is also, this all three, this angle, and this angle, all three angles are theta. So this angle is also theta, this angle is also theta, this is 90, this is 90. So the third angle also must be same. So basically we have two congruent triangles here. From these two congruent triangles, what we get is CF, this distance, the distance from C to A is radius of curvature, because you know the distance from center to any point on the sphere is radius of curvature. So this C to A is R, so half of this distance is R by 2. So what we can say is this R by 2 is CF cos theta from this right angle triangle. First right angle triangle you see, CF cos theta will be R by 2. So what is the value of CF? It is R by 2 cos theta, correct? Now this is not the focal length. Focal length is actually the distance between pole and focus. So again see, C to P is again the distance from center of curvature to pole. So C to P will be again R. C to F we have calculated here. So the focal length will be PF, which is nothing but R minus R by 2 cos theta. So R minus R, cos theta will go up, so R minus R sec theta by 2. This is my focal length in a spherical mirror of a general curvature, right? So actually this is not in our syllabus. What I want to say is we have to take the case of approximation. So what is the approximation? You say, suppose this is the sphere from which we are taking out the mirror. So we have the choice to cut the mirror of this size, or we have the choice to cut the mirror of this size. So naturally, okay, both will have center of curvature in the same position, right? So radius of curvature is same. What is the radius? Suppose I am taking out this part. See, this part I am taking out. This part will look like this. This part will be this part will be looking like this. You slightly curve your palm. So this is your concave mirror, correct? It is made of the whole sphere. So center of curvature will be at the same position. It will be same for all the parts, whether you take a very big part or you take a very small part. Center of curvature, and hence the radius of curvature is same. So from here to here, this is called radius of curvature, r. But what is this? This, if this is your mirror, so this part is called aperture, radius of aperture. This is what? Radius of aperture. So in our syllabus we have to see the very small radius of aperture cases. So radius of aperture for small apertures, for small aperture mirrors, this theta must be very small, right? If the aperture is very small, so these rays will not cross the mirror. These rays are not going to cross the mirror. So only those rays which make very very small angle, they only will be reflected from the mirror. So this theta can be taken very small for our approximation, correct? Rays are paraxial. Okay, this is another term which you should just remember. Paraxial rays are those rays which are very close to the principal axis. So principal axis is a straight line passing through the pole of the mirror. Like now, if the aperture is small, so all the rays which are not close to the principal axis, they will not be reflected. I hope this point is clear. So they will not be reflected from the mirror, so they are useless in this case. Getting? So all those rays which are falling on the mirror must be paraxial, because they will be very very close to the principal axis. The rays which are parallel to the principal axis and very close to the principal axis are called paraxial rays, right? And in this approximation, this cos theta will be equal to 1. We know if the theta is very small, sin theta equal to theta, tan theta also theta, but what is the value of cos theta? It is 1. So cos theta 1, sec theta 1. So f equal to r minus r by 2. We are taking from here f equal to r minus r sec theta by 2. This should be the general case of the focus or focal length. And in the approximated case, sec theta equal to just 1. So r minus r by 2 is r by 2. So generally in 10th class already we have seen f equal to r by 2. But you have to remember, this is not true for all the cases. This is only true for the approximated case of a small aperture. But since this case is only in the syllabus, so 99% cases you don't have to worry about this case, right? We can blindly use this formula unless especially mentioned that aperture is large, which very rarely you will encounter. Okay, so after this we want to show the mirror formula. We will derive one formula, but since this is a short course, so I'm just going to write the formula and I will teach you how to utilize this, the application part only. So see, this is pole, this is focus, and this is center. Center is actually the center of the whole sphere from which this small part is taken out, right? So this is center, this is focus, this is object. If a object is kept here, so this point can be shown as O. This is C, this is F, this is P, right? So P to F is called focal length, small f. P to C is called radius of curvature, r. P to O is called object distance. It is distance from the pole of the sphere. Then suppose this is image I. So P to I is called the image. So it is not necessary that image will fall here only. It will be different cases. We will see as the time passes. So P to I is image. So what is the mirror formula? We can directly write 1 by V plus 1 by U equal to 1 by F. 1 by V plus 1 by U equal to 1 by F. This is our mirror formula, and we have shown for concave mirror, but it is not valid only for this. We can use for convex mirror as well, right? Now see the sign convention. Actually what happens while deriving now, we can write the same equation for the concave mirror as well as convex mirror. So we have taken some steps for which if you want to apply this, a sign convention is required. So come to the point. The first point is every distance is measured from pole. Every distance is measured from pole. Second point, direction of rays forming the image is taken as positive while reverse direction is negative. So the rays which are forming the image, you have to see the direction of them. If the direction is towards right, that direction you have to take positive, otherwise you take it negative. The direction of rays is right, take it positive, and every direction in opposite to that is you have to take negative. The height above the principal axis is positive while that below this principal axis will be negative. The height above principal axis is positive while that below it is negative, correct? So this point will be used for the cases in which object has some height. So first few cases I am going to do with point size. So some more examples I will show to make you comfortable with the application of the sign convention. So I have shown some mirrors here. In these mirrors, sign convention, we have to see the understanding the application, because this is the area where most of the students get difficulty how to use the sign convention. So I will make a point. See, if this is a concave mirror and this is silvered from this side, correct? So there is no meaning of the light coming from this side. So this is useless, worthless, out. The light can only come from this side. Light is not a ray. Actually, it always comes in a form of beams, right? So some part of the light will fall on the mirror, some part will go above this. So but this direction we have to see, and thereafter we have to use the mirror formula. So what I said, the first point, if you remember, I said pole is the absolute zero. Pole is the origin from where all the distances are to be measured. So you have to stand here. Suppose you are the person who is measuring the distances. So you need to stand here, right? Now you make a convention. The light is going from left to right. So all the distances, if you find some distance in the right, you call it positive. You find some point on the left and you have to measure the distance in the left direction, you call it negative. So as an example, this is point P, this is A. So suppose P to A distance is X, and P to this is B. P to B distance is Y, and X and Y we have to use in our formula. So what we can write, PA equal to the magnitude of PA is X only, right? But PB also, the magnitude of PB is Y, but we have to use the sign convention. What is the sign convention? You have to get on the origin or pole here, see the direction of light. So direction of light is towards the right. So if the distance measured is towards the right, that is happening for B. So P to B, from P to B, not B to P. You have to see here, from P to B you have to get in the right direction, which is also the direction of the light. So here you can write positive. This Y will be positive. P to A. Now see, from P the light is going in right direction, while you have to take the measurement from P to A in the left direction. Light is in the right direction, distance is in the left direction. So here it is negative, so minus X. So this you have to write. Similarly, okay, same concave mirror is kept like this. So now the possibility of the light to come is only from right to left. So light is coming from right to left. So our measurement will be from the pole. So any point which is obtained on the left of the pole will be positive, and any point which will be obtained on the right of the pole will be negative. So suppose you have A here, or A, B we have used. So say this is suppose D and this is F. P to D will be the distance, anyone, suppose alpha, and P to F will be beta. So which one will be positive? Let's see. The measurement will be from this point, and you go to the right, in which light is also going. Light is going towards, sorry, the light is going towards the left, and I am also going towards the left to find the value, to find the position F. So this beta will be positive, or you say PF equal to plus beta. PD, what is PD? PD, the value is alpha, but to get this D point you have to go against the light. Light is coming in this direction and I am going in this direction, so this is against, so I am going to write minus here. Correct? Okay, this is concave. Now this is what, this is, these two mirrors look like similar, but what is happening is silvering is here outside, silvering here inside. So this will act as convex mirror. Light is meaningful only if it is coming on the reflecting surface. So suppose light is coming like this, light rays coming like this. So what is happening? This is point P. If you are getting, okay, in this case let us say where can be the focus. This, if you see this, the whole sphere at the center, this will be your center. Halfway through the center is focus, right? So in this case we can write PC equal to plus R or minus R, plus R only, because light is coming towards the right direction, and the distance of C from P will be also in the same direction. So PF equal to plus F. If the object is kept here, object O, and the distance between pole and object is called U, it is object distance. So PO equal to U or minus U. To get the object, you have to go from pole in a direction which is opposite to the light. Light is going towards right, but you are going towards left. So what is happening? For U, you have to write minus. Again, this is what? This is again convex mirror. In the convex mirror, the ray is coming from right to left. So any distance. Okay, where is the center? You have to try to find the center by completing the sphere. When you complete the sphere, you can see this point is center, this point can be focus. So focal length F is positive because it is again listen to the point, the distance is from pole. Every distance you have to measure is from pole. So from the pole, if you go towards the focus, you have to go along with light, so positive. From the pole, if you have to go towards center, so you have to write what? Radius of curvature will be also positive. Suppose object is kept here, so what is U? U will be negative because you have to move in this direction, upwards, negative. V we are not showing here, so let us see some real examples to make this point more clear. Mirror formula we saw, sign convention we saw. Now see the example. We have taken one concave mirror, F equal to 20 centimeter, and so if F equal to 20 centimeter, what is the radius of curvature? 40 centimeter, because it is double of the focal length. So and object is kept at 30 centimeter distance from pole as shown here. So object is 30 centimeter, P to C is radius of curvature 40 centimeter, focus will be somewhere here. So what will happen if we apply the mirror formula? 1 by V plus 1 by U equal to 1 by F, right? What is V? We don't know V, so don't put the V for sign. What I am saying, U for U, the value of U I know it is 30 centimeter, but we have to use the sign convention. So see, the light can go, the light will always come start from the object, so it can move in the right direction, but our measurement from pole to object will be in the left direction. So U I am going to write minus 30. Similarly F, what is F? F equal to 20 centimeter. They have mentioned this, but they have mentioned this without the sign convention. When you are going to use in the formula, you must take care of the sign convention in the formula. So where is the focus, on the right side or on the left side? So naturally, if this is the center, halfway between P and C will be the focus here, and focal length will be 20, which should be negative. Why negative? Because distance is measured from the pole opposite to the right. So minus 20 I am writing here. So what is 1 by V equal to 1 by 30 minus 1 by 20. 20 minus 30 is minus 10 by 600. So V equal to minus 60 centimeter will be the answer. V equal to minus 60 centimeter will be the answer. Correct. Now we will like to form the image. We have to show the steps to draw the image. So what we can say is, this is object. So from the object you can take any ray here. Okay, ignore this ray here that was used for sign convention. Actually all the rays will be starting from object. So this will be ray. If you join with the center, same point, this angle will be angle of incidence. So this is what will happen is, the ray will get reflected and making the same angle, and finally it will come like this, and this position is your image, right? This image, the distance from P to I will be minus 60 centimeter as obtained here. Minus 60 means it will be on the same side of the, like if the object distance is negative, image distance is also negative, means image is also going to be formed here only, right? So let us see some more cases. Okay, we have seen here U equal to 20 and F equal to 10 centimeter. F equal to 10 and U equal to 20. So let's first form the formula. 1 by V plus 1 by U equal to 1 by F. So we can just write like this. We can take this point here, minus 1 by U. So U minus F by UF. We can directly write V equal to UF by U minus F. Short formula you can write like this. And if you want to get calculation, so V equal to U. What is U here? Now see, F equal to 10. So radius of curvature equal to 20, and U equal to also 20. So basically this point is object also, radius of curvature also, and focus is somewhere here. Okay, now the ray can go in this direction, which is from left to right. Pole is here, so pole to focus left direction, pole to object or pole to radius of curvature all are in the left direction. They are opposite to the direction of light, so it will be negative. So U equal to negative, U negative, write minus 20. F is also negative, write minus 10. U minus F, U equal to minus 20 minus 10. So see how much, minus, so this is 200, minus 20 plus 10 is minus 10, so it will be minus 20. This is the answer. This is the image distance. Image is negative means it will be on the same side, means it is on the left. Again you can see. Okay, now one more thing to see. U equal to 20 and V equal to also 20. U equal to minus 20, V also minus 20 means U and V are at the same position. How to draw the normal at this position is, you have to join with the center of curvature, but this is the incident ray is also the normal, because it is passing through the center of curvature, right? So ray will come in the same direction along the same line, so object and image will be at the same position, right? So this is our real object, real image at the same position. So object and image coincide means they are coming at the same position, right? So you may be knowing this, when the object distance is equal to the radius of curvature, the image is found to be at the same position, right? So in the next video we will see more examples. First you try to repeat this video and make the fundamentals clear. Thank you.